happening in a very short time that we think people would want to know about. So I'm not going to read that description, we'll have it posted for everyone, but Career Tech to us is a way in which we can provide hands-on, project-based, work-based skill to students in our own building. We want to retain our good students, we don't want to lose them, and so we are doing everything we can to keep them in-house. And so if you have ever heard of Miami Valley Career Tech Center, which they're phenomenal, they're our partner, they help us through the way, but we offer programs like a kid would be going to the Career Center, but they're staying in the high school. So we have 3 programs for that we have started, and we are looking at more possibilities along the way. So we want to provide these work-based learning opportunities for our students, but keep them in our own building along the way. Career Tech offers so many things. I could be here all night telling you about it, but I wanted to pick some of the 4 main reasons that we feel this is a huge opportunity for our students. One being a $3,000 Sinclair Scholarship that I will talk about. It is an alternative graduation pathway. We offer industry recognized credentials, and there's college credits and work-based learning. So we're going to hit on all of those, but I wanted to kind of give you a preview of like, why do we really want to put our effort into this now? So we have 3 full Career Tech pathways at the high school. Our first pathway is Media Arts. That's a combination of myself and John Grosvenor. The 4 courses in this pathway, as if the student were going to the Career Center but staying here, would be video production, broadcast news, graphic design, and motion graphics. Students don't have to enter a pathway and stay in it and complete the whole thing. So I feel like that's the beauty of what we offer, is that a kid can dip in, dip out, they can stay in it for 2 courses, 3 courses, or just try it out. But opportunities come once they take 2 courses, which we will talk about. So one is the Media Arts pathway. We have a news show that we show on YouTube 3 days a week. Students go out and work with Miami Valley Communications Council, so you can see a couple of my kids in their TV truck. So they work as volunteers on their actual real-life TV crew all throughout the Miami Valley. We're working on building partnerships, so part of what I would love the board and our district to kind of keep an eye out for is where can we extend those business partnerships. We've only just started now that we are overseeing it as some full programs, so we are looking to build those in anyway. But we've kind of got our feet off the ground here a little bit with our Media Arts pathway. We also have a business pathway, so if you've not seen it, we're hidden in a very small corner backstage in a small closet, but in the new building, we have a phenomenal area that they planned out for us that will go along with it. We have a 6-screen screen printing press. And we also have the Spirit Store, which is next to the cafeteria currently. It'll be down by the basketball gym concessions area, and we'll have a connected classroom where these students can go from classroom to dark room to screen printing room to Spirit Store, all connected right across from the new the gym in the new building. But it's a way in which students are not only creating designs, but they are then executing it from thought to final product. And so this is in our Spirit Store class that we have. But in our business pathway, we have 4 courses. So we have Spirit Store and Entrepreneurship, the Management Mindset, learning how to be a manager, Running a Business 101, which is more of the operations side, and Business Influence and Sales, so like this, getting together the sales and marketing. And then we offer, to both of these pathways, we have starter foundation courses that are semesters where kids can kind of check it out before they enter into the year long. Our third one that we are in the process of developing, we've kickstarted with 2 of the 4 courses, is engineering. We have Mr. Baudelaire that teaches engineering, currently engineering design and engineering principles. He's going to work next year on developing the 3rd course that we will start in 27 and the 4th course in 28. That way, if a student did want to complete the full pathway, it'll be there and ready for them to do so. We also have, this is kind of in its own separate entity, but those 3 pathways are graduation routes. FCS, Family Consumer Science, is not a route to graduation, but it is Career Tech. So we converted Miss Aller to a Career Tech teacher last year, and we updated some curriculum to fall under Career Tech curriculum. So she does get a little bit of the weighted funding for her courses, but the nice thing is now we also are incorporating her into, we've brought in chefs. We have someone on our advisory board that owns a restaurant in Dayton. So we've kind of expanded into more the culinary world for her courses. So we now have culinary fundamentals that can lead to a global foods course, which in our population, I think it would be a huge benefit for students to learn from each other and all that they can offer with what their culture provides. Child development, which is always interesting for those kids who maybe are looking at early childhood education or just to see how the body grows throughout the years. How do we mature? It's all good life lessons. Stitch and style, sewing and design. So this is more than your home ec class where you make a pillowcase, right? So they're making clothes and they're actually designing and finding out how to cut fabrics and measure fabrics and do the basics that I still forget how to do. So yeah, it's very useful life science courses that are happening there, and we're very happy that we converted that one over. So we also have started infiltrating down into the middle school. So we have a big plan and a current active plan. Our big plan is to go all the way down to kindergarten in some form or fashion. That is coming. But right now we are down to 7th and 8th grade. So we were offering an IT class and a career class in 7th and 8th grade, but we wanted to make it more intentional and purposeful for what we now have at the high school. So but we've been very lucky to collaborate with Mr. Christick and the middle school on how this would look. So starting next year, the 7th graders they call it a wheel. There's a quarter class required called health in that grade, but the other 3 parts of that wheel that every 7th grader will be taking is an intro into each one of those courses that we offer at the high school. So it allows, I kind of call it forced fun when you're a parent, right? So we want to see, do you like it or do you not? We have been experiencing kids that are exploring this 9, 10, 11, 12th grade, and it's too late.
Yeah.
One, it's too late to change your mind, and it's too late to hop into a pathway if you like it. So our whole focus is to do that exploration younger. And so we're moving this down to 7th grade. We actually were ahead of the ball game, a couple years ahead of the House Bill 66 passing that required career tech courses in middle school. We luckily were on top of that and already ready to go. So now we have been able to refine it in a way that makes sense. So after 7th grade, after students have experimented in those different pathways, they have 4 options. One would be, hey, none of that's really my jam. Let's check out what else we have to offer. And so there's going to be a Career Connections course. And this is where next year, it's a required quarter course as we transition over those 7th graders that are experiencing the wheel. But then the following year, they'll be able to do a semester of Career Connections or a semester of Engineering, Health, or Media. So after they have experienced their 7th grade year and tested out all the areas, in 8th grade, they'll be able to hone that in a little bit more. The other great thing is we're looking at how we can make those 8th grade courses feeders to high school programs. So we already are ready next year to convert our media course as a high school credit as an 8th grader so that they can jump right in when they get to high school. So we will continue those transitions and vertical alignment down the way, but we do have some great things in place already. Okay, so here's the why. Let's go into the why. This is what drives me right here. The opportunity that we can provide to our students that didn't exist before. So the great thing about our partnership with Sinclair is we enroll in the Sinclair Tech Prep program. And through that enrollment, any student that takes 2 courses in any pathway is eligible for this scholarship. So they don't have to take all 4. They can take 2 in one pathway or 3 across the board. Once they do that, we want them to then enroll in Tech Prep, so they do through Sinclair. All they have to do, and I say all because this is very achievable, is maintain a 2.25 GPA. And I also think this is just a great incentive to get seniors not to check out their senior year. Because if they can just stay in it, because the GPA is cumulative with all of their courses. So if we can give them incentive to stay above that 225 line and provide this $3,000 scholarship, which if you look it up for a Montgomery County student, this is practically a full ride to Sinclair. They can go into anything. The scholarship does not mean they have to take anything specific. It's for Sinclair in general. So this is an opportunity that last year at the Honors Assembly, just in our Kickstart year, we were able to hand out 7 of these. We will have quadrupled that this year. So we will only continue to grow that and then get kids purposely placed in some courses so that they can finish their senior year with this opportunity. They also have to complete the FAFSA, which is helpful in our FAFSA completion rate. So sometimes not all of us are college bound, not all of us are test takers. I had test anxiety. There's those of us that just need alternative pathways. And so one big thing we can now offer is the alternate graduate pathway for students that maybe don't pass all of their EOCs. So in Ohio, this is a lot of words, I'm just going to break it down. You choose one option from the left and one option for the right. So in Career Tech World, what we offer, every course in a pathway is a tested course. So just like core classes have EOCs, we have web exam state tests. So if a student passes 3 of those tests from the left, they're on the left side, and then if they either earn their Ohio Means Jobs Readiness Seal, or through our program they are completing work-based learning, if they can combo those 2 together, they can graduate. We also are offering 12-point industry recognized credential options in our pathways, so that's another option if they don't necessarily take all 3 courses to get those exams. So we are very excited to offer this alternative route for graduates that maybe don't reach the graduation option through traditional standards. Industry recognized credentials. So we're all about what can we provide you when you leave. And one of those things is earning 12 points through these industry recognized credentials. These are all that we currently have in place. This list will continue to build as we continue to add to our programs. But as you can see, many of those are 4 points. They would only need 3 of those, and you can get that in just 2 classes that we offer. So this is a very achievable thing for students that maybe need that left side credential to pair with their Ohio Means Jobs Readiness Seal. We want them to also receive college credits, right? So I don't know if you're of my era and the stigma that was around JVS schools and career centers, you know, not for that career college-bound kid. It's not like that anymore. And we want to show them that. So all of those courses there are what the state calls CTAG courses, which means if they pass the web exam in that course, they automatically receive an articulated credit good in Ohio. And we have lists that the specific colleges partner over to specific courses when they get there. But all of those 6 courses in that list as of right now, they get a college credit just by passing the state test at the end of the course. So we are very excited to be able to offer them that. We also partner with Sinclair through Tech Prep with courses that aren't even on that list, where we are partnering for the Sinclair credit through that course if this credit is not offered. So a lot of college credit opportunities through Career Tech right now. And then work-based learning. This is where the fun happens. Okay, so they say work because they do have to work, but this is where they get to get out into the field. So through partnerships that we are developing, we want students to actually take what they learn in the classroom and apply it to real life. What does this look like? Okay, this is where also that mom moment where I'm gonna force you to do this, and then they get out and they come back the next day and they're like, that was actually fun. I'm like, yes, I know. So the work-based learning, we are aiming at getting everyone the 250 hours. Oops, I had a button there, sorry. We're working on getting everyone the 250 hours, which is also a report card benchmark that we are going to be able to obtain through Career Tech programming. So we want to make sure that you all know about it and that you are able to help us throughout the way when we maybe need business connections and just be able to spread the word. As Janine said, we are doing our family nights, February 11th, which we'd love to see everybody at, where we're going to hopefully help further explain this to our community. Thank you.
That's wonderful. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Should say, any questions? That's what I meant.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Ms. Earl.
Yes.
This is really exciting.
Yes.
It's really great. So thank you so much. And I can hear the passion, which I love that.
Oh, yeah,
I
have to tame
do
it.
What'd you say?
I said have to tame it, but it's.
That's when you look in your walk.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. No pressure, but I'm just curious, because I love that pathway is so important, and we really do start too late with a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was wondering, when do you think it might go down to the elementary school?
Okay, yes, so I'm hoping we can start in some fashion next year. I've been talking with how that could look. They have library classes at the elementary buildings, and so those classes we're looking at, I think that's an easy transition already built in the schedule, where we can then kind of collaborate and use some of that time to take what they're doing and revamp it in that career focus. So next year, I actually am going to test it this spring and see what that looks like, and trial and error some different ideas that we've learned. We are going to 6th grade, so I spent actually today all day at the Senate House and the House of Representatives speaking to our district reps and telling them we now have Career Tech in our district. Talked to Tom Young, our House representative, and I talked to Willis Blackshear's aide because the Senate was out today, lobbying for, look, we've got this, please continue funding it, but please also don't provide mandates that don't come with funding. And so my first experience today, but we got to talk about that because there's a House bill or a Senate bill coming down that's going to could possibly require 6th grade also, and that's getting traction, and so we're looking at. So yes, we're looking at starting this spring, and then next year to hopefully also get ahead of that curve where they tell us we have to. We want to have, you know, our way of doing it before they get to that point.
Thank you for that. Next question is, how are families notified about these great opportunities? It's, you know, we talk about the incentives, the Sinclair Scholarship. How are our families being notified about the opportunities?
So this is our first year promoting it because we've been building it and we didn't know what that full vision looked like. And so the Career Tech Family Night's our first event.
Okay.
So that's our first time getting it out there on what that looks like. So on February 11th, our goal is to have a short presentation followed by hands-on demonstrations with student reps for every single pathway that parents can visit. I worked with the middle school principal and he has sent it through his Instagram, his newsletter, and through One Call. And then in our building, we also sent it through One Call. We're going to do another One Call closer too. And they've put it on all of the district communications. That's step one. So we are open for any future suggestions that might be helpful in infiltrating the community that have worked in a way as, you know, of you are, you know, you're from here and you know how you receive communication. So yes, any ideas that you have throughout after that we would be happy for. But
Okay,
that's
great.
our kickstart.
Great. 2 more quick questions.
Go ahead.
Where's the location? Is it at the high school? The CTE?
Yeah, so we own all of our programs. So we converted what we have in our building in the high school.
No, I was asking the CTE night, the night.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said where are the programs.
No,
Yeah, the night is
no.
at the high school.
Is that the high
Mhm.
school?
Yeah.
And then can you just provide us maybe a list, I mean, not necessarily right now, but just a list of the current partners that you do have?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so Robin
we
and I
did
have
that.
been, yeah, so I started collaborating because we have to build advisory boards for every pathway. So we started building those, and then I shared that list with Robin, and she
Okay,
has
thank you.
also helped in reaching out with
Thank
those,
you.
yeah. So anything that can be helpful in those, she'll be able to
Yeah.
share.
I'd like a copy of that as well.
Yeah.
Might as well just pass it down or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, we will share.
And what
yes.
fields you're most looking in, that would be great too.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that. We can condense it down. It's a very big list of people we've attempted to reach. So yeah, any help in
But that
those
might
attempts.
help,
Yeah.
we might have connections there.
That would be,
Absolutely.
yes, that would be great.
So I have a couple, are you
Yeah, go
finished?
ahead. Oh, are you?
I'm done, thank you so
Okay.
much.
Yeah, thank you.
Um,
Yeah, good question.
So I am the, on the committee, I do the CTC.
Mhm.
Would there be any benefit for us becoming a satellite?
That's what we're
Is that what
So-
this is?
So the nice thing
I
about
don't know.
what we're doing now is that we own the programs and have full control. But there's also advantage to additional programs we might add in the future, which is what we've been looking at and talking with Dr. Weldy about,
Okay.
is that, you know, we had in-house teachers that we were there, we can convert, and then we have full control, which is wonderful. But there are some things like healthcare that
Right.
would cost a lot of money, and we don't have the staffing for that. So as we look to grow, Dr. Weldy, CTC, there have been great partners with us. They are willing to do absolutely anything that we have a vision for. So that is something we're looking at. Once we get into the new building, what do we have space
Okay.
to accomplish? And then once we realize where that space is, then how do we, there's been agreement on sending satellite teachers out for things we may not be able to staff to continue to build it.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then about the Sinclair scholarship, so there's one scholarship, is that one person in West Carrollton or one person in the
No,
county?
it's every single kid. Every single kid that takes 2 courses
Gets that?
can get it.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I
Yeah.
thought that they were eligible to
No.
get it, oh,
Every single
that
kid,
is,
yeah.
It's huge.
okay, I missed that.
It's huge. That is why I'm up here
Yes,
with
okay.
excitement I can't control. Yes, because the hardest part for us, we did have kids that didn't reach the 225 limit, you know, because their senior year and they get senioritis and they just maybe didn't try as hard. So I feel like this could not only help our career tech students, but all of our kids continue to strive for that 225. Yes, because every single kid that takes 2 courses is eligible to receive that scholarship.
Okay, I guess because it says opportunity, it made it seem like it was a big pot and one person got it.
Sure, right,
So
yeah,
that's what I
they
was
have
understanding.
to do the 6 things in
Okay,
that list,
okay.
so as long as they do that, the big one being the 225 and the 2 courses, the others are just things that paperwork you need to complete.
And then my last is, you had mentioned when, on the business pathway, that they were having screen printing and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Will community members be able to place orders and things like that through there?
Yes, so once it's all streamlined in one area that can be
Right.
easily managed over there, yes, so we'll have to, we actually do service all of our districts through that. We've had changeover with some teachers, but now we have it on a path that is progressing. And so next year, once we convert over, yes, we'll have an online store because our presence in the building is smaller, but we want to be able to reach out to the community. So yes, that'll all be things that the community
Perfect,
can access.
awesome, thank you so much.
Yeah.
What time on the 11th is it?
6 p.m. in the auditorium.
I think it ends around 7:30.
Yes, a short spiel, shorter than this in the auditorium, just to give them an idea of what they're getting into. But we're going to send them over to the cafeteria, and all of our pathways will have student reps and activities and information where they can go one-on-one.
Great.
Okay.
I also have a question.
Oh, go
Yes.
ahead.
And I have to start with this. With all of us having all these questions, it shows how important this
Yeah.
truly is. Because typically, when we do presentations or see presentations, people are like, oh, okay, good, thank you, and then we move on. But like, for everyone to be so involved and to have such a passion for this, I mean, it really shows that you're heading your stride, Ms. Earl. So I really want to give you credit, not just because you're rocking it with BPA, but you're also rocking it with this. And, you know, I was
Thank
on
you.
BPA, and I know the amazing work that you do. And
Thank you.
of course, I was your student too. For
Yeah, I did not
Classes
bring the
I've been
picture
up
of
there.
our ice skating outing where you were
Oh,
holding on to this.
thank
I
you.
left that one out, yeah.
Yeah, no, ice skating is not my thing.
I'm gonna need to see
Okay, I
that.
got it.
Too top heavy. I was wanting to ask, we have student reps here. Do you guys take any of these classes, or do you have any comments or anything?
Yeah,
I
I was
mean, you
going
guys
to
are sitting
ask
right
them
here.
that.
Yeah.
It's not a direct path, but I take yearbook, and it's my 3rd year, and I'm editor of yearbook. And I work with Miss Earl a lot, and I love yearbook. It's one of my favorite classes. Miss Earl helped me start my photography business, and it's definitely really worth it. I've got a lot of friends that take those courses, and I come in just to stop in sometimes, and I'm like, man, I don't want to leave. Like, this is so cool, and they're always doing hands-on stuff and learning how to use nice equipment. So I can speak to it's great.
Great. Is anybody else over there? Nobody? No? Abe?
Personally, I haven't taken much of like the requirement ones, like video production 2 and all that, but I have taken the initiative ones, like small business and other like that. But I have heard already people are actually striving to get the scholarship. Like people are already saying, well, I'm going to take this class and this class, so I'm eligible for the scholarship. So it's already in people's minds. So it's already working. It's the first year, correct? So it's working. And actually, I took some of the classes in 8th grade with Miss Roselle. I took medical detectives and robotics, and actually did help already, like help me that I wanted to pursue something in health. So it actually does help bringing it on early on.
Also, I do want to say that last year, I knew quite a few of the people that did get scholarships, and it helped them out a lot. Like, that's really cool. And as someone that's going to Sinclair, it pretty much pays for half of your college. So that's really cool, and that's a big help. Good.
Well, you know, the coolest thing about it is, for all those watching and for you guys in the audience here, this is an absolute testimony of the work that Ms. Earl is doing, that Robin is doing, and really the whole team. I know that more than just you guys that's a part of this. And I mean, especially with Haley and her business, which is doing great, by the way. Yeah.
She took my family photos.
Oh, did she
That's
really?
the one.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, I mean, that has to bring a huge smile to your face, because it does mine. That's a living testimony
Yeah.
that the work that you're doing is working, and it's only been the first year. So, really, be very happy. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank
We're
you.
so
Thank you.
Thank you.
glad- We're so grateful that you came and showed us everything you're doing.